Yes, my dear P5 class, I'm back again with another lesson in science, and we are still continuing with digestion of food. And last time we discussed or we learned something about digestion of food in the mouth. We looked at the gullet, we looked at food in the stomach. So today we are going to look at digestion of food in the part of the alimentary canal called the duodenum. But before that, I left you my activity. Let's see if you did that activity and we check our answers. Let's see. The first question was, state any one function of the stomach during digestion. Now, the function of the stomach, we said it stores food for a short period of time. For a short period of time. 2, the stomach is very important in that it is where digestion of proteins begin. So those are the 2 importance of all functions of the stomach. 2, identify any one importance of hydrochloric acid in the stomach. I told you that the stomach contains hydrochloric acid. There are very many functions, but they wanted only one. And which one is that? 1, we say that hydrochloric acid activates renin and pepsin. To activate is to start something from working. So it activates, it makes renin and pepsin to begin working on the food. Another one, we say that it deactivates salivary amylase. It deactivates salivary amylase. Now, number 3, it kills germs that come along with the food. And the last one, the third question was, how are the following enzymes used during digestion? 1, renin. We said renin clots milk proteins. We said renin clots what? Milk proteins. 2, pepsin. Pepsin breaks down proteins into peptides. It breaks down proteins into peptides. And in which condition do enzymes in the stomach work? The enzymes in the stomach, they work under acidic condition. Which acid causes that condition? It is hydrochloric acid. Lastly, explain what happens to food when it reaches the stomach. Explain what happens to food when it reaches the stomach. What is that happens to food? What takes place when food reaches the stomach? 1, we say that when the moment food reaches the stomach, it is turned over and over to become chyme. Turned over and over to become chyme. Or you can simply say it is churned into chyme. Churned is C-H-U-R-N-E-D. Churned into chyme. Chyme is C-H-Y-M-E. Are you with me? That's good. We can continue and we look at today's lesson. And now I want to remind you on these parts of the alimentary canal. That's the mouth, gullet. We looked at the stomach. We looked at the stomach here. We talked about the digestion of food in the stomach. Then we have to look at, today we want to look at food in the duodenum, this part here called the duodenum. So we are going to look at that part. Later, we shall look at others like the ileum. Then we shall also look at the colon and its function. Then we look at rectum. What do I expect from you? I only ask you to be listening to me, whatever I'm explaining, and later you'll understand. You are going to mention the different organs that supply digestive juices to the duodenum. 2, you'll mention the enzymes that help in digesting food in the duodenum. But we shall look at the small intestines. We say the small intestines are made up of two parts. We have one, the duodenum. This is the first part of the first part of the small intestines. The second one is the ileum. The ileum is the second part of the small intestines. So we are going to look at food in the small intestines. So what do we need to know about the small intestines? One, the small intestines is made up of two parts. What are those parts? One, duodenum and the ileum. First, we shall look at the duodenum. What is wrong with the duodenum about digestion of food? One, the duodenum is a U-shaped and 25 centimeters long. It's 25 centimeters long. Two, it receives digestive juices from the liver and the pancreas. So there are two organs that supply digestive juices to the duodenum. Now, the duodenum is where digestion of fats begin. Let me pose a question to you. Where does digestion of fats take place in the body? Where does digestion of fats take place? What's your answer? The duodenum. Okay? That's good. Now, let's continue and look at the liver. One, the liver produces bile juice. Which juice is produced by the liver? Bile juice. Spelled out bile. Bile. B-I-L-E. Bile. That juice is called bile juice. And in the bile is, after being produced, it is stored in the part called the gallbladder. The gallbladder is found within the liver. It's just a small sac. After the liver has produced bile, it is stored in the gallbladder. Then another one that we need to know about bile juice. Bile juice does not contain any enzyme, but it contains bile salts. It contains bile salts. Now, the bile salts help in breaking down fats, or they emulsify fats. They break down fats into simple, into small particles. Okay? Now, when it breaks them down, some of them can be absorbed in the body. And you know the food that we can eat to give us fats. For example, ground nuts. They are rich in fats. Then you eat beef. When somebody eats pork and the other foodstuffs, they are rich in fats. So their digestion starts in the duodenum. In the mouth, they just pass. Garlic, they pass without being looked at. They reach the stomach doesn't want them. But the moment they step in the duodenum starts digesting them, breaking them down into simple, soluble particles. Let's continue and look at the functions of the liver, other functions of the liver apart from producing bile. However, it is one of the functions. One, the liver regulates blood sugar. The liver regulates blood sugar. Then the other one is, now to regulate, it helps in case somebody has got too much sugar in the body. The liver helps in reducing it. The liver helps in reducing it to its lowest level, to balance it with that the body needs. In case the sugar is more in the body, the liver will fail to regulate it. It will fail to reduce it. It will fail to balance because it is too much. You know that too much of anything is poisonous or bad. Now, in case there is too much sugar in the body, the liver will fail to do what? To balance it with that the body needs, and later will develop a disease called diabetes. You develop a disease called diabetes. That is the diabetes caused by too much blood sugar in the body. So the liver helps in regulating blood sugar. 2, it produces bile juice during digestion of food. During digestion, the liver has a function. What does it do? It produces bile juice. 2, let's go to 3. It helps in detoxification. It is a detoxicating agent. It helps in detoxification. What is to detoxicate? To make the germs to become harmless. Like in case you swallow food containing germs or poisonous substances or toxic substances. It is the liver that is going to kill them, to make them harmless. Therefore, the liver is very important. Then, and another one, it helps in deamination. Deamination is the turning of excess amino acids into urea. In case you have too much amino acids. Amino acids, we shall look at amino acids later. They are the end product of digestion of proteins. So in case you have excess amino acids, the liver is going to turn them into urea, into a substance called urea that will be coming out with the urine and sweat. Therefore, the liver is very important. Another thing is the liver stores most vitamins, vitamin A, B, C, D. So a person who feeds on a liver of an animal liver, let's say chicken liver, goat liver, cow liver, like that, that person benefits, gets more of the vitamins. Then another thing, it stores iron and other mineral salts. Therefore, that's why whenever you go to the butcher, you'll find that beef is cheaper than the liver. The liver can, if meat is costing 8,000 shillings a kilogram, then the liver will cost to double. Therefore, the liver becomes expensive because of what the content that is inside the liver. Therefore, those are the functions of the liver. Then let's look at the pancreas, because it is one of the organs. Pancreas is also one of the organs that supply juices in the duodenum, and that is it produces a juice called pancreatic juice. Can you spell the word pancreatic together? Let's go. Pancreatic, pancreatic juice. Then the pancreatic juice contains 3 enzymes. Remember, when I was beginning this lesson, I said that you will be able to mention the enzymes that help in digestion of food in the duodenum. Now, these are the enzymes, the 3 enzymes. One is called trypsin. 2, pancreatic amylase. And then 3, lipase. Or some people read it lipase. So those are the 3. One is trypsin, pancreatic amylase, and lipase. Those are the 3 enzymes that help in digesting food in the duodenum. Okay? Now, let's look at the importance of each enzyme. One is trypsin. Trypsin, it breaks down proteins and peptides into amino acids. Breaks down proteins and peptides into amino acids. What are we meaning? When the proteins reach the stomach, they are first digested by the enzyme called pepsin, and they turn into a new substance that we are going to call peptides. So not all of them are digested in the stomach, but there are some that escape, that fail to be digested. Therefore, these enzymes, they move from the food. Therefore, the food moves together with the peptide and they go to the duodenum. When they reach the duodenum, they will find trypsin that is going to break both of them and changes them into a new food substance that we call amino acids. Spell amino together with me. A-M-I-N-O. Amino acids. I told you we shall find amino acid somewhere. Let's continue. Another one is pancreatic amylase. Pancreatic amylase. This enzyme here breaks down uncooked starch into simple sugars called maltose. Into simple sugars called maltose. Spell maltose. Let's go together. M-A-L-T-O-S-E. Maltose. These are simple sugars that have been broken down by this enzyme called pancreatic amylase into maltose. Now, when we were discussing food in the mouth, we found another type of enzyme called salivary amylase. This one is called pancreatic amylase. The one in the mouth, salivary amylase, breaks down cooked starch, cooked carbohydrates. Okay, but this one in the duodenum, the pancreatic amylase, it is going to break down uncooked starch. What am I meaning with uncooked starch? Uncooked starch, it means that you have eaten a raw sweet potato, you have eaten a raw cassava. Where is its digestion going to take place? It will take place in the duodenum. And which enzyme will work on it? It will be pancreatic amylase. Last about the enzyme, the lipase. Lipase breaks down fats into fatty acids and glycerol. Into fatty acids and glycerol. Now, I told you in the duodenum, at first I talked about bile juice, which contains bile salts that break down fats in its simple way. Now, when it reaches there, it will also get the lipase that it continues to change it, crushes it into a new substance called fatty acids. You see, the food is going to, the fats you have eaten have become fatty acids, and a new substance called glycerol. So when you eat meat that has more fats, it will go direct to the duodenum and will find this lipase and will break down. Now, another thing that we shall not forget is the pancreas or pancreatic juice also contains a hormone that we call insulin. This insulin helps in also regulating blood sugar. And when you lack insulin in the body, you develop a disease that we term as diabetes. Now, I don't want to go far, but I'm going to set my exercise and I'm going to send it to you. So get ready and do that exercise. Thank you. Continue staying home. Learn something every moment, please. Thank you very much for listening to me and learning with me.